It's Bobbbaaaay, and we back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purpose in the Youth podcast with your favorite bearded man, Bobbbaaaay. Today on the show, Alexis Xol. How are you?
I'm doing really good today, thank you.
I'm stoked to have you here.
I'm stoked to be here.
First tattoo artist ever on the Purpose in the Youth podcast.
History.
I honestly wish I had told you to bring your gear here and just start patting me up. Do the first tattoo for me on the podcast. That would have been kind of crazy.
I mean, it could have happened.
It could have happened, but I don't know if it would have been a smart move on my part. I would have felt like a badass, like, oh, yo, I'm getting my first tattoo
podcasting and tatting
on a podcast, but I feel like I would have woke up that next morning and be like,
Maybe.
What did I do to myself?
Maybe.
Why did I do this? Probably not a good idea. Who is Alexis Xol today, and how young is she?
Alexis is 20 years old.
20 years young.
20 years young. Yeah, let's keep it that way. I'm trying to keep it that way as
20
long
years
as
young.
I can. I'm a tattoo artist in North Hollywood, California, and I'm just kind of rocking out and doing my thing.
Kicking ass
a little bit, you know.
Are you the best tattoo artist in the Valley?
I mean, I don't know if I can claim that title, but maybe one day in the future.
That's what you're working towards?
Yeah, I mean, definitely working towards being better, but as of right now, I'm just kind of learning as much as I possibly can and trying to be as good as I can, you know?
I mean, you're only 20. Like, this is supposed to be real new. Like, you're not supposed to be the best in the game just yet.
I know.
You could be,
I try,
but
though.
It sounds like you're very humble. You're not gonna, like...
Yeah,
be like,
no, never.
I'm the best out here.
Right.
You grew up in Burbank.
Burbank, California, correct.
Describe to me what it's like to grow up in Burbank, because I'm getting familiar with Burbank in the last 6 months.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I can almost kind of imagine what it would have been like to grow up there.
Well, yeah, I was growing up in Burbank, and it's a very, I would say, conservative city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Politely.
Yeah, but a lot of definitely like older folk, definitely not people who would be anywhere like near like tattoo industry or like that kind of culture at all.
Yeah.
Burbank doesn't even actually like allow having tattoo studios at all. At all in the whole city. Isn't that crazy?
Like, that's crazy, but it doesn't surprise me.
No,
you know
but
what
like,
I mean?
yeah, like that should speak itself, you know? Like it is crazy, and it's going to be like that for like another like 5 to 10 years, which is wild.
So
You'll never see one.
Yeah, that's so weird to me. Growing up, like, do they talk about the fact that you guys are right down the road from the studios? Like,
they were what?
That you were right down the road from like Warner Brothers, from like Universal.
You know what?
Like, that is just
you know what?
like
That's a great question. Honestly, no. Like, I didn't even realize that was like my neighbor. Like, that I could just drive like 2 little minutes down Olive, you know, and be in Hollywood or be like right in the studios. But it was.
They didn't address that at all.
No, that was a shock to me. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember going to Universal Studios when I was little, and then my mom was like, "Yeah, like this is where everything's recorded. Like this is the Ellen Show," and I was like, "Huh? Like here? Like
this
why?"
This is where it's shot?
Right? Like nobody told me that. But
that's so interesting to me.
Yeah, I also live like up by the hills, which is kind of like.
Oh, you in the hills? Yeah.
No. I'm like at the base of the hill, you know?
I got you.
But still, like the studios are a little bit down, so I never.
You're looking down at the studios, right?
Yeah,
like,
I never ventured.
I'm up here.
No. Like. But yeah, I never like really like ventured out there until I was like maybe like 17 or 18 and started finding out about Hollywood, you know?
Damn. So
and
they
like,
you're almost like cornered into Burbank.
Yeah, like very much so. Honestly.
Very much.
But at the same time, like I'm Hispanic, so being in Burbank and like there's not a lot of like
at all
cultural. A little bit.
What are you just? Are you just
but
Hispanic? What else? I'm
like Hispanic, and my mom's a little bit Native American, a little bit European, but like I'm a Spaniard, which is why I look like kind of fair with light eyes, you know? Like you wouldn't see me on the street and be like, yeah, like she's Mexican for sure. You know, but that in Burbank it's honestly a lot of like white people, older people like that. So
It's an interesting part of town.
It's very interesting, but
do you know why Burbank is its own? I don't actually know, but it's honestly everything around it is Los Angeles. It's just like this little circle that is Burbank.
I don't know, but I think that like a long time ago that rules were just set in council. Like maybe like these old people made these.
It's the old people.
Well,
right?
like every other city allows tattoo shops, like art. It's kind of crazy that they're like, nope.
It's good for the people, like art, like. Give it to the people if that's what they want.
The old people are like, nope, not in my city. We don't want this at all. Not in my city. Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird to me.
It's okay.
Who was an important role model for you growing up?
That's a good question. I would have to say my mom, to be honest. Yeah.
In what ways was she a role model to you?
She honestly just would kind of amaze me with how well she could hold stuff down. Like we grew up with just my mom, living with just my mom.
Okay.
And I have 2 older sisters.
So you're the young
all
one.
girls, yeah.
I
got 2 sisters,
I didn't think
right?
about that. Yeah.
2 sisters, so 3 total. Okay. And my mom. That's 4 women in a house. Dang. Me and all my sisters are a year apart. Oh, okay, man. So yeah, that was
going through high school. You guys are all like,
can you imagine?
Oh my god,
like 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah. So, crazy. If you don't mind me asking, was your father not part of your life at all? Or
he was. No, he definitely was a part of my life. In the beginning, he still is. But like when my parents separated, I was maybe like 13 or 14. But even in the beginning years, my dad was like super workaholic. So we were only like around my mom a lot.
What did he do?
My dad is a software engineer.
Oh yeah, so he's going all in. He's just like
he's creating software. Yeah. He works for Universal, so he's really super smart.
I'm sure he's mad busy over there.
Super workaholic, yeah. And but once my parents separated, I stay with my mom, and she was just amazing. Like she wasn't ever able to like go to college or anything like that because she had to work and help out her mom. Yeah. And so she really struggled a lot to even be able to find a job that would allow us to live in Burbank, like especially
it's
out
not
here.
A cheap place to live.
It's really not. Yeah. Like, and before when I was little, I used to think like, oh my gosh, like I want a bigger house, like such a brat, But it's not until
I think we're all like that at some point.
Right. But then once I grew up a little bit, I started realizing like, wow, like I'm so blessed to have like landed here, and be able to like live in a home with a family and like have all of that, like, like you also like see other people that have like a lot less circumstances than you, and you realize like, whoa, like I am so blessed to be here,
Yeah, I mean the thing with Los Angeles is there's the complete like bottom where people have nothing.
Yeah, dude.
Downtown LA where there's literally just homeless people, dude. And then you go to Beverly Hills, and everything is picture perfect.
It's crazy.
So it's like you see both worlds.
And like because I was raised in Burbank, I thought that everywhere was
like that.
Yeah. And then when you start to see the world and you start to see like other places, not even the world, just other cities, like getting out of Burbank, you really become a lot more grateful, Did
you travel? Like, when did you start to realize that? Like, that everything isn't like Burbank?
Honestly, when I was like maybe like 17 or 18, just like once you get a car, you're able to drive places. And so you're like, yeah, like let's go here. And then it's just a lot different. Even living in Burbank, like there's still like, there's always going to be people who have more than you and have less than you, and it just makes you really like appreciate where you are, whether it's like high or low. Like it's just crazy to me because I know how hard it is to live in a city like that and like live in a house. And like my mom didn't go to college, so she had a really, really, really hard time like finding a job to even be paid enough money
to actually be able to afford living there.
Yeah,
and I think it's only
with 3 children, like
and it's only gotten tougher that if that same situation happened right now, there's
exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna say she wouldn't be able to afford it,
but still today, like it's hard, Yeah. But she does it somehow, and that amazes me, and so I'm totally like blown away by her, and I think she's the best.
She's the best.
She's the best. She's the boss.
Were the 3 sisters? Were you guys all pretty good, or was there like that?
Ooh,
Like
that's
I feel
a good
like
question.
it either goes one way or the other. You guys are all like the bestest of best friends.
You know what?
Or you bump heads with each other.
Oh man. Okay, so anytime I feel like you have 3 kids,
there's a problem.
it's an odd number.
Yeah.
So it's like one is gonna get left out.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that was always my oldest sister.
Oh.
My oldest sister, only because like she was always the smartest one.
Okay.
You know, she loved books. Like we used to think she was a total nerd. You know, and so the middle sister and me, we would totally like team up against her and stuff and make her cry. It was horrible.
You
oh
would
my
make
God.
her cry?
Yeah, bad.
What did you do?
Okay, it was never me. It was just me following my older sister, you know? She would just like go and tackle her down or like throw footballs at her head.
You would blame it on the middle sister.
It was the middle sister, but I just wanted to be there to laugh about it and have fun, you know? But I didn't want to get in trouble, so I was just supervising.
Wow.
Yeah,
so the older one got picked on the most.
Yeah, but now she's smart as fuck. she went to Columbia.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is she living out here?
She lives in New York now.
Damn.
Yeah, she said bye, you guys.
Oh, wow.
See you later.
Have you gone and visited her yet?
Once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
you
it's
like
just
New
a
York?
drive.
You like
I mean,
New York?
it's not a drive. It's a
flight.
flight.
It's a long flight.
Yeah.
You're talking 6 hours.
Yeah.
Did you like New York or no?
I like New York.
Yeah.
I liked
Much different pace than LA.
much different.
Much different.
But I feel like it's even like faster. Like
hold on.
Yeah.
You think LA's fast?
Yeah.
You're crazy. You have no idea. This place is slow. This is like, if New York is a 10, LA is like a 4.
No.
A 4.
No,
Strong
yeah.
4.
I
probably
didn't
3.
realize that until I was in New York City.
Yeah.
And like I'm over here waiting for the light to cross the street, right? The only person waiting, everyone just going.
Everyone just goes.
Right? I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
You guys aren't gonna wait.
It's
like
every person for themselves.
oh my gosh, stress.
It was every person for themselves.
I like Boston though. Boston was like,
Thank you.
It was really pretty.
It's a beautiful city.
It.
I'm
it was
biased.
like calmed down a little bit too.
I'm biased because I lived there for pretty much like 5 years, but I think it's one of the best, like, perfect cities. It's like size-wise, there's a lot to do. There's sports, there's entertainment. There's Boston's a beautiful city. I miss it.
It really is.
What was one of the biggest challenges you think you faced growing up?
Just growing up?
Yeah. I know you mentioned the divorce, and I'm sure that had challenges within itself. But was there anything else that like? It
was really just having to like adjust from like living in a home. Like at one point, like when your parents separate, you kind of have to decide like, okay, who am I gonna spend time with, and what's gonna happen, and like where am I gonna go, and like. In the meantime, you're still trying to do school, you know?
Yeah. You're a kid. I mean, you were 14 at the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't even...
Right. And then you're like, okay, like, so now, like, it was just weird because I would have to jump back and forth all the time and, like, pack bags to go places. And, like, at one point, Danielle, my older sister, she's the middle one, she kind of just, like, left to go live with my dad. And so me and my mom were really, like, just struggling. It was just hard. Yeah. It's hard when you're so used to everybody being together and then everybody gets separated and like people just form grudges against each other. It's just a hard transition to go through. And I think that when you're young, like you think like it's just the worst thing to happen in the world, you know?
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you realize like
that was nothing.
Okay, that's like relationships, like that's life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's okay, like people change, like, but when you're little you think the world is over and you're gonna die, you know?
Well, yeah, you're so young that you think like, what do you mean this is
what can I do? I'm not gonna survive.
Yeah.
Like I used to think it was the worst thing in the world, but I think that also made me kind of just grow up a little bit and act a little bit older than people my age.
You matured a little bit faster having to go through that.
Yeah. And plus I started working at the shop when I was like 16, so I was just...
That's going to mature you quick.
I was just surrounded by older people.
Yeah.
And not people
so the wiseness kind of got pushed onto you almost. Before we get into the tattooing, describe to me who Alexis was in high school.
Oh, man. This is going to shock you. Okay? This is going to shock you because...
I'm going to guess like quiet.
No, dude.
Completely wrong?
Alexis was the captain of the cheer team. I cheered all 4 years.
Okay.
I was on varsity for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, she was the boss. But I really only went to school because I wanted to cheer and I wanted to do.
So that wasn't really passion of yours, cheering.
I just liked it. I liked being good at it.
Okay.
Because I was always the best at it, and I liked that.
Naturally, or did you like put in a lot of work?
But I think I put in because you know what? Yeah, like I think both. Because I did put in a lot of work, but everything that I do, like I always have a very strong urge to have to be the best at it. Whether if it's doing fucking cheerleading or anything, like
you just want to be the best.
I have to be, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But I just have a really strong push to be the best that I can possibly be.
Yeah.
And I want to show everybody that I can be the best, you know? Because I like when people doubt me.
Yeah.
It
really motivates you because then when you come out on top, you're like, yeah, that's right. Like, that's right.
Pretty much, yeah. So I just wanted to be the best.
And you enjoy it?
High school was cool, though. I had good grades.
Okay.
All my teachers loved me because I would draw and everything.
Oh, so you didn't even care?
I would get the test wrong, but like I would put a little drawing at the end. That way I could get 5 extra credit points. And
they would give you extra credit just because you like, credit. Oh my God.
Just the cool ones. But
wow.
Yeah, so high school was pretty easy for me. I think I had it a lot easier than a lot of people did. I was like,
once again,
was
the schoolwork coming natural?
Nice.
Was
the schoolwork was easy for me. Yeah.
Interesting. And there's a lot of high schools in Burbank too. 3, 4?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to Burbank High School.
What's like, is there anything special about that, or was there like one school
really.
was like more competitive or?
There's a Burbank and then there's Burroughs. So Burbank and Burroughs are definitely like super competitive with each other.
Within it, right?
Yeah, so that was cool for it to be like cheering for the football and be like all competitive with each other's schools and stuff. Yeah. At the time that was it. That was a cool thing.
That's all that mattered
That's all that mattered. Yeah. But not so much other schools. I didn't really know about any other schools except for Burbank and Burroughs. There might be, but
screw them.
Pretty much, yeah.
So why did you start working at the shop so young? You started there when you were 16?
Yeah,
and this was at...
That
was at Rich Ink Tattoo?
Yeah, correct.
In North Hollywood.
Rich Ink Tattoo,
So why did you start there so young?
I just... Honestly, I got really, really, really lucky and blessed with, like, an opportunity because the owners there, their daughters went to the same school as us. Okay? Because me and my sisters were all in school at the same time because we were so close together.
Craziness to me. That's crazy.
Right. So the piercing apprentice at the tattoo shop had quit or was fired or whatever. And that opportunity had been brought up to me because I had gone to this shop before to get like piercings, like little, 15-year-old Alexis wants her ears pierced or some bullshit. Something, So I would go and stuff. But that opportunity came up and then I was kind of just like, well, that's a cool environment to be in. And like, I'm still in high school and I didn't have a job. So that was going to be something cool and easy that I could learn until I like figured my life out.
And what was the job that when you were there? You were just like...
I was an apprentice, so I was learning. So pretty much I was cleaning everything in the shop, doing everything for everybody. And just, I apprenticed under the owner. Okay. And so I would just pretty much set up, clean up, do everything and anything.
So you literally got to see everything firsthand.
I got to see everything.
You weren't touching any of the needles.
I wasn't touching anything, and I definitely wasn't getting paid. An apprenticeship is just pretty much learning in exchange for cleaning and stuff like that. Okay. So I was doing everything I could, and then I was just learning how to do piercings from the owner, and that was cool. It was easy, but it was just boring to me.
You didn't like it?
It was too repetitive.
Yeah, people come in, pierce, move, pierce, move.
Yeah, it was the same
system.
There's no creativity to it. Yeah, it was the same system over and over again. So it was really cool because I got to make money fast. Yeah. Talk to somebody for 5 minutes and make like $60.
Not bad.
That's so
not bad.
It's not. So it was cool in that sense, but I was also just spending so much time there that I was like, why am I not learning more just to have something under my belt, And I was always like good at art, but I never thought that I was like good
enough to actually do it.
Correct. Yeah.
So how did you put the pieces of the puzzle together? Because you said you were drawing in high school on the test. And then I
was always really good in art classes and stuff. Like I went to school for art and too, pretty much. Like in high school though. I think I was just one of the girls that used to work at the shop when I was apprenticing. Mm-hmm. She was a tattoo artist, and she would tell me like, dude, like, why are you not tattooing?
She would see your work what you could draw.
Yeah, and also like I would see some tattoos coming out of the shop, and I would think to myself like, I can do that a lot better, you know?
Yeah.
And that made me feel
the competitive nature kicking in.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah. And especially because I was around all males that thought that I couldn't, it made me have to.
So did they actually like doubt you, or was it?
No, for sure. It was hard being like a 16-year-old girl in a tattoo shop full of like full-grown male adults. Like it's very intimidating. Like the first year I stayed completely quiet and pretty much just did my job and did everything, but like it's really easy to doubt like a small little like 16-year-old girl.
You're young, you're honestly a girl.
Exactly.
So they just kind of like, oh, she's there to punch in and punch out. She's not gonna actually do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And like most people are like that, I feel like, and that's okay, but like I wanted to prove that I wasn't like that and that I could not only do it but be even better.
Yeah.
You know?
So what was the process like of actually getting a license to tattoo to actually...
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I would imagine you couldn't just pull up one day and say, all right, guys, give me the I'm going to start tatting people up.
Yeah, I got licensed right when I was 18, but
is that
before
legally when you're allowed to?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it is. But I was like learning for a while from this girl who was telling me like, why are you not starting this? So I was learning for a while and just watching her and setting up and stuff like that. And then once I started to like tattoo on people who would let me, like barely, just like
they would let you.
Yeah, like no, I would have to be like, hey, like I have never I remember the first thing I ever tattooed was a money sign.
That's the first thing.
That's the very first thing I ever...
That's literally the question I wanted to ask you. What was the first tattoo?
I'm so glad. Okay, it was a money sign.
A money sign.
And this lady was like, do you want to tattoo me? And I told her, I have never tattooed on skin before. Okay, so just so you know, I have never, like...
This is
like,
the first time.
This is, yeah, like making it super clear. She's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like,
was she already tatted up or like...
Yeah, so she was with it. She was like, free tat? Oh, say no more. So that was my first tattoo for sure.
How nervous were you?
So nervous. Yeah. I remember, now that I look at the first tattoo I did, I was so nervous that I did it so lightly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So lightly
just
on
like
her skin.
Barely was
it
touching
probably
her skin.
is gone now.
Yeah.
Like, it's for sure disappeared by now, for sure. But I remember being like, yeah, I did so good. This is so good.
This is great. I'm the best.
I'm the best. Yeah, but like, no, it was not the best at all.
Was it a little bit easier after that one? Like, did you have to continue?
With time.
To continue hitting people up, or like, were you just taking and walking clients saying, hey,
no,
I'll do this for free?
never. I would never. No, we couldn't. When you're learning, like, you can't touch the clientele that's normal because we don't want my work to represent the shop yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To touch the
it's
normal.
Branding. They don't want.
It's branded. Right.
Yeah.
So I would just like, I would always post drawings on my Instagram, and random people who knew that I was learning, would give me a chance. And like, surprisingly, there's a lot of people that are willing to let you just tattoo them. Like, it was really surprising to even me when I started, but
because they almost didn't mind because it was free.
They didn't mind at all. Yeah, they were like, sign me up, when do you have time?
And these have to be people that already have tattoos, right?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
This isn't like me walking in like,
no,
first time. Oh,
never.
all right, first tattoo, first one for me. Let's do it.
Yeah, and that was always really surprising to me that there was people out there like that, because like, I could never be that person.
Yeah.
But those people really helped me be who I am today, because without that,
you had to learn somewhere.
You have to, yeah.
And then would you just staying consistent? Honestly, is that pretty much how you were able to?
It was a big thing, because when I started learning, the girl who was there had taught me for maybe like 2 to 3 months. I was watching her. Then she moved to a different shop, and so I was kind of
probably heartbroken, right?
I was so heartbroken.
Was she the only woman working in the shop too?
The only one.
Oh man.
So I was very. I was like, I'm gonna play it cool, but I'm really sad. I was really upset about it because I had just only done like 1 or 2 tattoos. Like I was thinking maybe I could start this,
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I don't even know if I can tattoo without somebody like helping me and guiding me, but I just told myself that I would just keep trying a little bit.
Yeah.
And that if it was meant to be, then it would be meant to be, and that people would come to me.
At what point were you able to kind of like step away from I'm just an apprentice of trying to learn how to tattoo to like now I'm fully a tattoo artist?
I think it wasn't like until a year after that, like a year
so a full
struggling.
Year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, a full year of struggling. And then I was fine. Like that first year, every time I was set up for a tattoo, I would be scared.
I bet.
Like it's natural. It's human. It's, and I'm so OCD in particular about things needing to be perfect that I would be really upset, So
this is for good. This is like life. Like you're not. This isn't just like.
So I would stress a lot, but after the first year, I felt a lot more comfortable, and I felt a lot more like, oh, like maybe now I can start to stylize what I do and start to make sort of a not a brand, but like a style, like a specific style. So that
when people come across your tattoo, they're like, oh, that's definitely Alexis.
Yeah, because, a lot of people, I think, do want to do everything. Like a lot of tattoo artists say that they can do absolutely everything, but I feel like I only want to do something that I can do absolutely perfect.
And how would you describe your style then? Not to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. My style I would describe as very like heavy line work.
Yeah.
Not heavy as in thick lines, but just line work, dot work, geometric kind of dealio.
I can visualize it because I obviously like I was checking out your Instagram, but interesting.
I like to make really cool concepts out of very minimal lines, like portraits and stuff like that. Like I really like to get a realistic concept across, but with as little lines as I can.
Yeah. Now obviously it took you time to get to that point where you have like this style.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when you were learning in the beginning, were you just like, were you declining anybody because you're like, I don't think I can do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I would be like, there is no way I could do that at all. And I would just be taking really tiny tattoos, like, oh, you want a little heart? Okay,
I'll do that.
I can do that. Still having butterflies. But once you do a bunch of like little ones and you kind of get used to it and you feel more comfortable and you're not like having anxiety, like it comes a lot more natural. Yeah, and especially because I think it was easier for me because I already had a background in art. I already knew how to draw. Yeah. It was just a matter of learning how to use a different tool and apply that to that tool. Yeah. It's kind of like you know how to draw, but you've never painted before. But if you figure out how to paint and use that medium,
it's the same type of structure.
Kind of, yeah. You're still like building an idea in your head and putting it out there, but just with a different media. Yeah. And that's how I thought about it. Like, as long as I can figure out how to work this instrument in my hand, I know that I'll be able to. Yeah, I know it'll be fine for sure.
How, like, what's the process of making sure that like when these people come in, they are like
super
cool, happy, like especially like during the tattoo, like. No, music, definitely. Movie, like what's that process for you?
So for me personally, I always do like a consultation ahead of time of the appointment. Like you have to come in for a consult so that we can first of all sit
and just have a
conversation. Talk about it, have a conversation so that the customer feels comfortable. Like you know who I am, you know where you're gonna be. You can sit down and talk to me face to face exactly about what you want, so that I can really get an idea of what you're thinking, so that I can make that concept as close to what you're thinking as possible. So that's one thing I feel like that makes them comfortable. Yeah. And also they will get like a design a couple days ahead of time so that we can go back and forth, and it's not like
So by the time they even step in, it's like this is what we're definitely doing.
It's already made, yeah. And so because I feel like it's really stressful to just show up and be like, okay, this is what I made and you're getting it. Ew.
Yeah, you want it to like have that conversation.
Yeah, and you want them to be like, this is perfect. You want them to feel like this is exactly what I want, and you hit it spot on.
Yeah. It makes them super happy.
It makes them super happy, and I love that. I love when people are like almost in tears because they're so excited.
Oh, that's amazing. Do people come to you with a lot of like just ideas, or do they come with like pictures and they're like, hey, I want you to take all this and put it to one?
Yeah, most people I think come with ideas, and then I kind of push those ideas into a theme or something collected, but a lot of times people will bring in like their own drawings and I'll kind of just clean them up, you know?
Yeah. Is it easier when they do that, or do you rather?
I prefer having, because sometimes I don't like I know that I can do the same theme but just a little bit better. Yeah. But at the same time, it's not my body, and if somebody wants something exactly that way, then they have every right to have it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if they're like, this is my drawing and it means a lot to me and I love it, and even if I think I can draw it differently, if that's exactly what they want, then that's exactly what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's probably easier too, because you're not sitting there having to creatively think outside the box too much. It's like, this is what I have to work with, this is what I'll make out of it.
But sometimes I'm like, but we can just do this, and you know, but it goes both ways.
Has there been a certain piece or client that stands out the most to you? Like, is there one right now that jumps?
Yeah, I always think of this exact one every time somebody asks me this. And it's this guy, he's really young. He's 18 when he first came to me. He had just turned 18, and he had no tattoos, and he wanted a line work portrait of a woman crying like on his chest. And I was like, oh, I love it. Like, let me do that. I'm really, really excited. And so we did it, and he got that on the right side of his chest. And then like within maybe like 2 to 3 months, he came back to get another like line work portrait of a man on the other side of his chest, but like kind of like an angry face. And I'm just obsessed with his tattoos. Like every time he comes and he tells me like, okay, I want to add this, I'm like, I don't know if we should I don't know if we should add it, or like, I'm very, you know, attached to your tats right now. But I'm really liking a lot of like clients to bring me line work portraits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
it's
doing
probably,
faces.
and you probably love having like the repeat customer, because the whole like getting to know that person's already like passed.
It's cool.
And you start to build like an actual relationship with these people.
Exactly. And I get to see my work again. Yeah. Like another hard thing that you don't think about is that like I spend sometimes like hours working on a design, you know? And then once I tattoo it on somebody and it's perfect, all I can do is like take a picture and say goodbye. You know, like
literally it's like, see
and I never see it again. Yeah. So when people come back and they have like healed stuff from me, I'm always amazed. I'm like, ooh, that's cool. I did that. Yeah.
That is me.
Yeah, it still surprises me that people have my art on them forever.
Yeah, that's super cool. And we talked about it before the podcast started, but you don't take any walk-ins. You do strictly appointments. This
is just within like maybe, it's been like this for maybe like 6 months to a year. This is very new to me.
And that's because you've built enough clientele that you can do that.
Yeah.
And how do you like that, instead of just kind of walking in on the day of not knowing?
I really love it, honestly, because before it was hard, you know, like tattooing is not an industry where like some people don't even know if they're going to make money that day, you know? Yeah. Like you can come in and maybe there's only like 1 or 2 walk-ins, but there's 4 artists, you know? So you're going to come to work all day. It goes in order of
like who...
Yeah,
they just
who
rotate.
comes in first. Yeah. And so like you can go to work, spend your whole day and make no money. And I was not okay with that. And I saw that, and a lot of the people that I work with were okay with that. Like they were okay with coming to work and watching movies or video gaming and stuff, and like it would drive me crazy to sit at work and do nothing.
I'm all set with that.
It would drive me crazy. And so I was like, I am going to design really cool stuff, and I'm going to work my butt off as much as I can, and I'm gonna build clientele, because that's what I'm here for.
I'm here to make money.
I'm here to work, and I wasn't comfortable with just settling for walk-ins.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a lot better than that.
Yeah.
And I knew that I could, as long as I just worked on it.
And built like that, demand for it. So you'll know going in on a day later this week that you have all these people lined up, and once they're in and out, you're out.
Right, exactly. And that's another thing, is that I didn't want to spend my whole day there just to make nothing.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, okay, I'm going in, I have this, and this lined up. I'm going to get that done, get paid, and get out.
Wow. So you're just, instead of sitting around for 8 hours and doing 4 hours of tattoo, you're just going for 4 hours.
Yeah, and most likely make more than, you know, somebody else who's sitting there and just waiting for luck.
Yeah, you're taking this as more of a very business. I mean, obviously everybody working there, but you are a business within a business.
Exactly. And at the same time, like I love my clients. I love my customers. I love that they come to me and want me specifically, and they have trust in me. And I love that. I love having like a little like group, you know what I mean?
The Alexis Xol group.
I love it. I dig it, and I appreciate it. Like that has really made me be as, you know, busy as I am, and blessed to be busy like that, and to be able to go in and make money every day and not feel like, am I going to make money today? Am I going to be okay? That would stress me out.
Because that's
so stressful. Yeah.
Now, as a tattoo artist, how does it work payment wise? Like, are you paying the shop to be there, like a barber?
That's a good question. Yeah. So some people, I know that some tattoo shops work as a rent.
Okay.
And so you pretty much just pay a rent every month, and then
you come and go as much as you please.
You come and go as much as you please, and you make as much as you want and just pay the rent. Mm-hmm. But at my shop, we work at a percentage.
Okay.
And so the shop pretty much keeps a particular percentage of my payout so that they can do the rent.
Yeah, it goes
and they have to make money too. They have to make money, and they also buy all the supplies, which is amazing.
So you don't have to worry about any of that.
All I have to worry about is my machines and my equipment, pretty much. But as far as like paper towels, bibs, razors, like it's hard. You think that there's not that much, but like there's a lot that goes into it. Of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and so that is what my shop does. We do percentages.
Yeah.
And so they provide all the equipment, the station, everything. But they also provide like walk-ins. Like there's constant people coming in.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's in, I mean, I'm just like thinking of,
it's
like North Hollywood is a poppin' spot,
but like
not
that poppin'.
Yeah,
dude.
like it makes sense if you're on Hollywood, like Sunset Boulevard, you're gonna get all
like,
the.
I'm on Sherman Way, and there's a tile store across the street. You know, it's like poppin'.
You're not getting a lot of people that are not like from here. You're getting people that live in LA.
I think the shop that I'm with, I've been working with for 4 years now, and I think that shop has been alive for like almost 7. So it's almost gonna be 10 years with that company. That company has been alive. So I think that's another reason why they have a lot of walk-ins, is just because the name has been out there.
Yeah.
And they're just a good business.
People know like what they're walking into.
They're good people. It's family owned, so they're really good. They're really good people.
And they have no problem with you like doing this. I only come in for my hours and then get out, because I feel like sometimes they would be like, we want you here for an extra 2 hours because.
Here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. So at first, I was like on a schedule where I would go in at a certain time and leave at a certain time.
What was your typical hours?
It was like a 3 to 11.
Damn, so like after.
Yeah, it was. That was my hours too when I was in high school too. So I was at high school 8
a.m. Hustling,
dude. 8 a.m.
You've been hustling for a while then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 a.m. to 3 p.m. 3 p.m. to 11 a.m. at the shop. So it was a long day. But yeah, my schedule is usually 3 to 11, and I would come in and I would just like kind of sit all day and do whatever walked in, and then I would wait until 11 to leave. You know, but now because I only do appointments and everybody else relies on walk-ins, like if I came in at 3:00, right, and I got all 3 of my appointments done, and like the rest of the people that I work with, if they haven't done anything, there's really no point. It's like greedy for me to stay. And,
why are you gonna take away business
why
from
am
them?
I gonna? Yeah. And so I feel like it's nicer now for me because I get to go in, know exactly what I'm gonna be doing, know how much money I'm gonna be making, and leave. And like, I would rather leave and let other people make money than stay when I've already done
enough that you need to make.
Yeah,
and you're
like
not gonna take from other people's pocket.
No, never. And I'm really like adamant about that. Like if I see that somebody else hasn't done something that day and I have like 2 extra clients that I can't book, you know, like I'm not gonna be stingy. Like I'm gonna let them take one, because that's everybody gotta eat.
Everybody
gotta eat, and everybody has a family, and everybody has responsibilities, you know.
Yeah.
But it's definitely nice to come and go when I want.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the goal, right? Like you want to be able to walk in, do what you have to do, and then get the hell out of there.
Like at first they were like weird about it, but once I explained it like that to my manager, he was like, yeah, that makes sense.
It actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
So will you go in there for now, like instead of being there for 8 or 9 hours?
I'd probably get there in 3, leave at like 6 or 7.
Wow. You got
4 days a week.
Really figured out.
I know.
Wow.
I do. I do.
Wow.
It's nice though. I like it.
Yeah.
It's very new to me to have this much clientele and to have this much demand for my work. It still amazes me.
Yeah.
You know?
You're
and
doing something right.
I guess so. I really guess so. I hope so. But it's also my clients. My clients are amazing. Like a lot of them are so like loyal and dedicated that it amazes me.
They're going to keep coming back.
Yeah, it amazes me.
What do you think you've learned through tattooing about that you've like incorporated into your life? Sounded like, I know you said something about like working and the hustling, definitely, but is there anything that specifically you've learned through tattooing?
I think a lot of it is no matter like what you're doing or what business you're working with, I still feel like the most important thing is that you still have to like grow as your own person, if your own business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even though I'm working with this company, that doesn't mean that I can't grow by myself and maybe be even busier or better than, you know, the company or anybody really. Like I just really focus on myself more than anything else. Like I'll sit back and like watch everybody do their work and I'll be silent, but like I just want to move fast and do the best I can and like always be better every day and just try my hardest and like just grow as much as I can. And I feel like there's not so much pressure, but these are the years that matter the most.
Absolutely.
And the sooner the start, the better.
Yeah.
It's not a race, but it kind of is.
It is.
It is.
There's a lot of time, but there's
not.
Yeah. And the sooner you can kind of figure that out, the more like.
And I figured that out soon and it scared me.
Yeah, you figured it out real soon.
It scared the shit out of me.
Did it?
Yeah, because I was like a senior. Everybody's signing up for colleges, applying to colleges.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm like not applying for any colleges, like crossing my fingers that my life will work out. Yeah, and like my mom really wanted me to go to school, to have like a backup plan.
Yeah.
But in my head, like a backup plan is almost setting yourself up to fail. Like I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm probably not going to make it here. So then I have a backup plan. But if I have no backup plan, my only choice is to make it. And I'm going to do everything I possibly can to do that because I have no backup plan.
Yeah.
And that's how I saw that. But that broke my mom's heart bad.
Yeah. I bet, because she wants to see her daughter. If you had your older sister go to Columbia.
Dude, right? Can you see the pressure here?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight. Like, what do you mean you're not going?
Yeah, and I think because my mom struggled so much without a degree that she was like, oh my gosh,
you need it.
I don't want you to struggle like I struggled, because she struggled really, really hard, but she works at a cancer research foundation now.
Amazing.
As an HR.
Wow.
She's amazing without a college degree.
Wow.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Yeah. We're starting to get to a world where a lot of guests that I've had on the podcast have either not gone to college or they've dropped out.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and I think that's what it comes down to, is the people that tell themselves like, this is what I'm going to do and there's no option B.
It's the scariest question in the world that you have to ask yourself at some point.
Yeah.
You know? And I realized that when I was like, all right, Mom, you want me to go to school? Like, I'll go to a community college, right? And so right out of high school, I signed up for PCC. And then I went to register. Pasadena.
Oh, Pasadena. Okay.
Pasadena City College.
Still trying to get the lingo out here. Right?
No, you're good. I'm sorry. I forget. Cool. I'm like, dude, PCC, come on. And then I went to register and I got there and I was just walking around and I was like, miserable.
Wow,
like,
so you actually got to that point where you were like on the campus, like checking
I was on the campus, but like I was just gonna I went there to do registration, you know, because I wanted to make my mom happy. And if that meant going to school, then fuck it, I'll go to school and take a couple art classes. But like I got there and I was looking around at the people and I was just like, this is not me. This is not who I want to surround myself with, and I'm not gonna like lead two different tracks, you know, at a slow pace when I could just put all my effort.
I was just going to say, go all in on one.
Yeah, and just go for it. And, like, I feel like it's so much scarier to try something, fail at that. I mean, it's so much scarier to never try You know what I mean? And look back and be like, I never tried, than it is to just try, fail, be back in the same spot.
It's my biggest.
You know what I'm saying?
It's my biggest nightmare.
Right. Like as long as if you try and you fail, cool. You're in the same spot.
Yeah.
But if you never try and you live your whole life doing what everybody wants you to do, you know what I mean? Like, how horrible and scary is that?
The sad thing is the majority of people that live their life are gonna follow that path, which is like what scares me the most. Yeah,
and I like seeing my dad as a workaholic dude, working like literally from 6 a.m. to maybe like 5 a.m. Like literally he slept at the office. Yeah, like and he was like so angry and depressed because of it. I was like, I never ever want to work a job like that.
Yeah. I think what matters is that if he loves doing what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
Like I think there are people that are gonna put in those 15-hour days, but do they love it?
That's for sure. That's for sure too. But I just wanted to do something where I was like happy all the time.
Yeah.
And never felt like
this is
stressed or that it was a job or that like any day. Like the scariest thing is that like when you work for corporations like my dad does, like you could just get replaced any day,
any moment.
You know, and he tells me that all the time, and it's scary that people get laid off all the time, and even with a great, amazing degree.
Yeah.
You know, there'll always be somebody to replace you.
Especially with the young comers coming up.
Exactly.
They learn twice as fast.
That's exactly the point. So he loves what he's doing. But unfortunately, within a corporate like that, he can be replaced.
Yeah. And
that sucks because he's, you know.
He's talented, but the fact that
he's smart.
He's been there for so long. They look at it as I can replace him with somebody that knows just as much knowledge and is going to take half the pay because they're younger.
That's literally exactly it. Yeah. So that's hard.
You have a couple of tattoos on you. I would imagine, right?
Look at me though. I look like
you look like you have
innocent.
Nothing.
I know.
What's
just my legs. I have my legs tattooed.
Okay.
I have a little cow tattooed on me because I'm a vegetarian.
Are you?
Yeah.
How long have you been a vegetarian?
Since my freshman year in high school.
Wow. So we're talking.
That's like maybe 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
What's your favorite tattoo?
My favorite tattoo is I have this tattoo on my hand that I love. My mom wrote it.
She wrote it.
She has good handwriting, huh? She's cool.
She's cool.
It says "Still I Rise."
Still I rise.
Yeah, like it just reminds me to just keep going up and keep trying and never settle really, because I feel like you could always be better and you could always do more, and you just have to keep trying.
Yeah. Throughout this podcast, you sound. You're very hungry. Like you want success. You're very driven.
I do.
You sound very positive. Where's this all coming from? Obviously a lot going back to the childhood, seeing your mother and seeing her, I'm sure. But
yeah. I mean, also just like being the youngest, I feel like I saw everybody else succeed in my family, you know. And my sister went to Columbia. She's a teacher.
Yeah.
So she's doing great, and I just want to prove that like I can be just as successful, and and a degree doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful in life. Yeah. And I want to prove that. I want to be an example, and I want to show people that like life is not all about, you know, waking up, going to work and going home. Like, you know, there's more to it, and there's more, and you can do that and be happy, you know, and you can live a happy life and still follow your dreams and still do things without, you know, feeling the pressures that society give you to follow, you know, the exact like
path.
Yeah. And that was so hard for me to realize. I thought I was wrong when I was little, you know, like, wow, like I'm being a dumbass for not going to school and thinking that I can do something. But really, like, I'm glad that I made that decision. I'm glad that like at first it was scary. Like every time all my classmates were going up another grade in college, you know?
Yeah.
And I was scared
you were out
shitless.
on the side just kind of doing your thing.
And I felt like, oh my God, I'm falling behind.
Yeah.
And that was so scary.
Yeah. And not to compare it because it's not comparable, but similar situation when I graduated, when I was telling you earlier, like everybody I knew was going to the corporate. I was just like taking a leap with something else.
Just like so scary.
And then you start comparing yourself because you see them. You're seeing them go up in grades. I'm seeing them get not raises, but like they're starting to level up in their career. They're going from like the baseline person to like a little bit higher and a little bit higher.
Exactly. And you start to question yourself.
Yeah.
You know? But then it's times like that where you just have to sit back and just kind of trust the process and trust yourself.
Yeah.
And really just believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing that I learned from tattooing, I think, was to believe in myself and to know that I could do it if I just put my heart to it.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, because you started literally just working at the shop.
Yeah.
So for you, it's like I went from the person that nobody gave a fuck about.
No,
to
exactly.
Now,
like
I'm
literally
the one that
cleaning
everybody
the shop.
wants to.
Literally cleaning the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody gave a fuck about me. They thought I was like a receptionist. People still think I'm a receptionist when they walk in. And I'm like, I'm the one you have an appointment with. Like, I know I don't look like it, but that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but.
What do you want to see happen from like within the tattooing? Because obviously you've been at the shop for a while. Like what are you working towards?
I really, really want to, hopefully like sooner than later. I wanna break away from the shop that I'm at and kind of just be a solo private studio artist.
Yeah.
You know, not that I don't love everybody at my shop, because I do.
Yeah.
But I want to be on my own in a space where I can make people feel comfortable and be in my own comfort zone and just be my own businesswoman.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you're very much getting to that point.
I am already a little bit.
You're scheduling like
no, exactly.
the way you're doing that.
And that's what I'm working towards. Like,
yeah.
Just separating and being self-sufficient and being able to not rely on anybody to work and do my thing.
Yeah.
And I also just want to have like a cool space where I can have art shows and just cool things.
So
where
turn
people
into
can
more than just
come.
a tattoo shop, like a
Yeah.
place to collaborate.
A place where like other artists can come and like different artists can meet and tattoo and like just be in the culture and just be able to travel and tattoo people and just spread out more than I am right now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like being stationed at a shop is really good.
Yeah.
But at some point you have to kind of make a leap and try and spread out further than that or be better than that. You know, and so I think hopefully that will be my goal one day.
Yeah.
To be off on my own.
Yeah, that'd be super dope. Then you're working completely like on your own time.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody that's like,
exactly.
Why aren't you at the shop? You haven't been here in 3 weeks.
Exactly.
You've been traveling. Like,
right. Yeah. And I want to travel. I really want to travel.
Where would you go today if you could? If you hopped on a flight right after this?
I would love to go to London. I want to go to the UK. I like the rap scene out there.
You like the rap scene?
Yeah, I like the trap out there right now. I really like the music out here too, but I've been fucking with UK rap lately. I like it.
UK rap.
I know, it's new. You got to look it up.
It's pretty good?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. I can only understand like half of it, but like the beats are cool.
It just sounds dope.
It just sounds dope, so I'll rock with it.
Is music a big passion of yours too?
Music helps me get through everyday life, I feel like.
Yeah.
I
think it helps a lot of people.
It does.
Sometimes they might not even know it, but
no, I didn't even know it. I didn't even feel it. I felt like music was just music until like maybe a year or two ago. And then like music just really helped me get through a lot of things, and I felt like this is the only thing that you can just turn on and you feel like you're somewhere else.
100%. Or it brings you to like a certain time.
And that's crazy to me. But I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I like that about like images too. Like you can make images that remind people of things, and I like all of that. I love music though.
Yeah.
I love playing music all the time when I'm tattooing.
Yeah.
Listening to music. Like right when I wake up, I have speakers in my room.
Bumping.
Right when I wake up, I put music on so I can have a good day.
What'd you wake up to today? What was it?
Let's see. I think I woke up to like a Lil Peep song.
Okay.
I love Lil Peep.
Respect.
Yeah, but I like to wake up to music because it makes my day better.
Yeah.
If I wake up and like I'm just quiet, like music will put me in a mood that's good.
Yeah.
Or better than where I am or whatever.
It can literally set the mood for the day.
It's crazy.
Just from like a song, just from
it is.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
What are you most grateful for today?
Today I'm most grateful for, honestly, for the owners of the shop that gave me a chance, because who in their right mind will give a 16-year-old girl a chance to work at a tattoo shop?
That's some dice rolling.
That's some like, I don't even know if that's legal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm I tell them as much as I can. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity that they did, because I really wouldn't be nowhere without that. I'll probably be at PCC taking some art classes. Yeah.
Trying to figure it out and not doing what you actually want to do.
Trying to figure out life and being sad.
Yeah.
And so they really gave me the opportunity to not only start somewhere, but they gave me an opportunity to grow there and to learn there and just be, they're like family, you know?
They gave you that one shot.
They gave me that one shot. They gave me time of day that they probably shouldn't have, but now looking back on it, they're, you know.
Yeah. What, obviously you talked about music helps you, like, tattooing is obviously like the passion, but what makes you like genuinely happy? Like what actually like will make you smile? You talked about the kitchen earlier. I know you do some chefing up too. Like what's gonna make you happy? What would make you smile right now?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm a real people pleaser. I feel like I love making people happy. Yeah. And I love seeing people happy, and that makes me happy. Like my sign is a Cancer, so I'm very.
Oh, I don't pay attention to this shit. Like.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. I love it. I love that you said that, because I'm always like intrigued and want to hear like more about how important like signs are, because I know if people pay attention to that stuff, they're like all in on it. Yeah. But I don't really I need to learn more about it.
I've barely been getting in on it, but like I'm just a very caring person, and I just like to see people happy around me, and I like to make people happy. And I think that's why I love my job so much too, is because I get to see people happy all the time. Or sometimes I get to see people when they're in their lowest lows and something just happened, they're so sad and they want to get a tattoo to make themselves feel better. Yeah. You know? And I get to hear about that, what happened, and then at the end of it, I get to give them something that boosts their spirit just a little bit. Yeah. And makes their day like a little bit better.
Yeah, that they're gonna see like every single morning. And is that what a Cancer is? Like somebody that genuinely like
I just want to make everybody happy and please everybody and just be a peacemaker. Yeah. But
when's your birthday then?
My birthday is June 23rd, 97.
Okay. June.
I was almost a 2000.
Almost a 2000.
God, that would have been horrible.
Oh my God, you're so young.
I know.
That would have been crazy.
I feel old now though.
I'm gonna have to start paying attention to like these signs. I gotta like
one
day I just want to go down the rabbit hole of just like learning about all of it and getting to know like my sign and just learn it.
I gotta go down that rabbit hole with you because I don't know much.
We'll fucking schedule out a day. We'll go way down into it. Right. Is there anything in your daily routine that's a must? I know you said the music too.
It is. I just this last year I've been running a lot, honestly. Okay. Yeah. I've been struggling with a lot of like anxiety just this past year, and like a little bit of, you know, just hard times, and so no like prescription medication has helped me but running, you know. Really? Running, I used to hate running. I used to get doctor's notes.
I would
get
days?
Doctor's notes just to skip mile run day. You know what I'm saying? Like I got asthma, you know, but now I like running a lot. I try and run like at least 4 or 5 days out of the week.
And that clears your head?
And that clears my head. And I like get to listen to music. I get to just go anywhere I want. Any street I want, I could just run it.
You're
and
also
play
running
music.
through Burbank, so that's
it's nice.
It's like a
little it's like a park.
Oh my God. So, it's literally like the most ideal place to ever run. Yeah. The sun is out all the time.
I'm blessed. No, literally.
Quiet neighborhoods.
Yeah, I can't promise if I'll do that anywhere else for sure. But Burbank.
You don't want to do that in South Central or something like that.
No, thank you. I'll take a pass. But Burbank's quiet.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
If you drive, I'll drive around there in like the middle of the day and it's like peaceful. Like it's weirdly peaceful.
It is, because the police officers there will arrest you just for, you know, walking sideways or something, like taking 1 foot off of the sidewalk. Oh, jaywalking, got you.
Got him.
That's why.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean,
that's why. But it keeps it safe. It keeps it cool. So we appreciate it.
Yeah. And I think it's important that you find something like the running or fitness or something.
Oh God, yeah, it really is. I tell my mom all the time, like she doesn't really, I don't know, she doesn't really like understand, like she's Hispanic, so like taking prescription medications is weird. That's not allowed. That's not at all. Yeah, that's not a thing.
It just has to be like a natural, like,
yeah, that's like not a thing at all. And so it was hard to kind of explain that to her. I didn't even know what anxiety was until I went to the doctor, and I was like, no, dude, I'm sick. I got the flu. Yeah. She's like, no.
You don't have the flu.
Yeah, I was like, no, I have the flu for sure, you know? But yeah, like It was something that I didn't even realize it was a physical thing. I thought it was like all in your head when people said they have anxiety. But
yeah, meditation helps a lot with that too.
I heard, yeah. I take yoga classes.
I haven't done yoga. I do.
You gotta catch up.
I need to try yoga. That's something I've been like kind of itching at. I wanted to try it this past week and I didn't, but yoga seems like something I would very much enjoy because I've definitely gotten into meditation a lot in like the last year and a half, 2 years.
It takes a lot of dedication.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I try to stretch out every day when I go to the gym at in Burbank at the 24 hours and that 10 minutes of stretching, I'm like so stiff and I need to stretch more, but I'm like that's why I need to do yoga, but I still won't do it because
definitely.
I've heard yoga is good.
It is.
You do it not
often? Every day. No. I just took a class once, like at the.
I did it once, so I'm a yoga master.
Yeah, I'm a master professional. No, I took one class, but it was like 6 weeks, and I remember feeling like, damn, my body feels like not as sore. Like I don't know why I can sleep better. Yeah. Like what's going on?
Yeah, because it full circles everything. Yeah, it's not even just that workout.
And then once I stopped, I was like, why am I feeling weird? Why am I feeling tense? Like it makes a difference.
You got to get back on the bandwagon.
I know, me too.
What do you think Alexis's purpose is?
Wow, that's a good question. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I think my purpose is to make a difference in people's lives, and to make people happy and to just kind of have the talent and have this ability to improve people's daily life.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And like at first I never thought about it like that. And I used to think like, you know, people are gonna live their everyday life with my tattoos on. But then I thought about it one day, like people are even gonna like die with this on them. You know? It's a lifetime thing. It's crazy to me that people will pass away and that like my designs or my work or my whatever will be with that. Like that shit sounds deep as fuck, and I don't mean to sound deep as fuck.
No, you're supposed to. That's what this podcast is
but
for.
It trips me out.
Yeah.
It really does. It blows my mind. But if like while that person was alive, if like what I did helped them stay alive or help them get through a hard time or maybe they just did it for fun and just have a good day, a good memory with some friends, you know, drunk memories. I don't care, but as long as that is gonna give them something to be happy about. I feel like life is so like overwhelming and people get caught up in being so stressed out. And so there's just so many things to balance about life that it's important to sometimes just sit back and do something nice for yourself.
Yeah. That's like super cool that like they leave your shop, like you said. You might not ever see this person again, but they're always going to have like, you with
it's
them.
Crazy to me. Yeah. And I like that a lot. I think that's like major trust that people put in me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's super dope. This one I reverse the role. Allow my guests to ask me any one question. Could be something you want to know about me. Could be something that we talked about today. There's only two rules though. Two rules.
I'm scared.
One,
I'm just kidding.
It's not
I'm
bad.
Just kidding.
One is it can't be a question I asked you today. And two, it can't be like directly about the podcast. Okay. And also shout out to my sticker.
It's looking like, good tonight.
It's coming off. But good news, folks, for the viewers that are watching, I got a hot new sign coming in. This one's like legit. I'm not going to say anything more than that, but I'll tell you after. But this thing is going to be like another level. So it's coming. It's coming.
Get ready.
Soon. So shout out to the sticker coming off the wall. But any one question? Fire
okay,
away.
I'm ready. So I guess it's kind of a two-part question, but I want to know. I want to know if you have any tattoos, first of all, and if not, if you had to get a tattoo right this second, what would it be? Like right now, like right the setup is out. You have to choose. The pressure is on.
It's interesting because I've been like kind of thinking about this lately. I don't have any tattoos at all.
He's a rookie.
Clean as a whistle.
He's a virgin.
Literally virgin tattoo, nothing on me.
Skin.
There was like I have a folder on my computer that like a year and a half ago I was fully committed. Like I was planning out a sleeve and I was gonna do all this. Oh my gosh, shit.
I love it.
I was gonna do like a clock with my like the birthday, and then I was gonna do like some guy climbing some stairs to like. I'm not even religious, but like gates of like heaven.
Okay,
I wasn't gonna put heaven, but like
some
just
type
gates, just like the journey, right? The journey of climbing.
Tight.
But if I had to get something today, I was actually like thinking about it recently because I've been seeing a lot of I don't know if this is like an LA thing. Maybe you could tell me if this is or not. But like minimal tattoos are kind of like in out here. I mean, looking at your tattoos, I know,
me.
And I literally
that's it.
So listen, before you came in today, and then even here in the podcast, I was like, well, if I end up actually following through with getting a minimal tattoo, I have the artist. But I'm almost thinking if I had to get something today, I'd want to do some type of like tribute to like where I grew up. A couple ideas that I've had would be like do the outline, because I'm very minimal. Like you can kind of tell. Like I just like it keeps my head clear.
Oh yeah.
Maybe do like an outline of Massachusetts with like a star of like where I grew up, like the city, or do like the coordinates of where I grew up. It would have to go back to my home and like Chicopee, Massachusetts, like where I grew up, because I wouldn't be where I am today, like at all, if it wasn't for that city. Like a city that was full of like ups and downs and like rich, like, you know, wealthy neighborhoods and like shitty neighborhoods, and just like growing up and being fortunate with my family and my sister, and like I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today without that. I just don't know like what.
And that's tight though, because that's never gonna change.
Yeah,
you'll never
exactly.
You'll never.
So it's not one of those like tattoos that it's like in the moment.
Oh my God.
This sounds cool. Like,
yeah.
These guys are gonna laugh. I'll tell you guys straight up. Literally a month and a half ago, I forgot about this till now. I'm just like so like I try to like stay positive all the time and just be like grateful for everything. And I had this idea to get gratitude. Like real, like just minimally, almost like on your hand, get that across my wrist, so that even through my days of like roller coasters of like emotions of like I'm doing the right thing, am I doing the right thing? Just look down and be like gratitude for like breathing, for being healthy, having a family, like. So I literally, the funny part is I was taking a pen and writing it on my wrist. I love when people do that. A week straight, and these guys would, these guys were just cracking. I'd be like, yo, why don't you? Somebody would come through the house and be like, yo, why don't you show them your tattoo?
Oh,
it was kind of funny. Like we were at a party one time, and they called me out. They're like, yo, go ask Bob about his wrist, his tattoo. I'm like, yo,
super
screw
fresh,
you guys.
super fresh tats by Bobby.
I didn't even care. It was just funny, but yeah, I don't know. I
like that.
I think at some point I'd like to get something. I just like. I go through this phase of like I want to do it, and then I'm like, dude, I actually don't care to do it. You know,
that's literally me.
Yeah,
that's why our arms are matching right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
naked arms.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the cleanness.
I do too.
But then I see like some badass like bearded guys with tattoos. I'm like, yo, I want to look like a badass. Yeah, I need to do this. Like, I don't know. I want to commit, but then I don't want to commit. That's why I'm thinking of doing like something minimal. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, or legs. Legs are less stress.
I wouldn't do my legs though.
Really?
That's one place I don't think I would do it.
You could always wear pants.
That is true too.
But like you could always wear a long sleeve, so it goes both ways.
If I'm gonna tattoo, I think it's gotta be like my upper body. Like around here, maybe my arms. I would never do my neck, my eyes, like my face.
I feel like I would maybe get a face tat.
Yeah?
Just a little one. Just a little baby one on the side maybe.
If I had to do one above the neck, it would be behind the ear.
Right, like something easy.
Like MA or something like that.
Okay.
LA would be kind of dope. MA on one side, LA on the other. Okay, that's kind of corny, but...
He's planning it out now, you guys. He's ready.
Maybe. So maybe one day we'll do it. I don't know. You'll be the artist. I promise you. If I get one out here, you'll be the artist. Because I don't know anybody else out here that's doing like tattoos. I'll just book an appointment.
Right.
It's a good question. Closing questions. I want you to imagine there's a picture frame right next to you.
Okay.
In that picture frame is a picture of you 10 years from now.
Oh, man.
What and who else do we see within that picture?
Whoa.
You're definitely in it.
Wow. I hope it's a picture of me with some keys to a new spot of my very own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really dig that. I hope to have that a goal within
you'll be
5
30,
to 10 years.
Very, very young.
Yeah.
If it is within 10 years, that's probably gonna that's gonna happen. I think we could be honest with each other, and I'm not just saying this because we're on a podcast, but like I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen way before 30.
I really appreciate that.
Way before 30.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So
and I'll definitely send you that picture.
100%. I'll put it as my wallpaper on my cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess to answer that fully, it's just to see yourself pretty much.
To see myself pretty much just succeed, and to have that vision in my head be, brought to life. Yeah.
That's super badass.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on social media?
People can find me on mostly Instagram. That's my whole portfolio way of contacting me, all my work. And that's just Alexis_Xol. XOL.
And that's Soul.
But that's Soul, everybody.
It's written XOL, which
is
correct. Kind of dope.
My mom is like really weird. She's Native American. She was like, this is the way we have to go. It's got to be an X and no S. So I was like, all right,
we're doing it.
Right. But then people are like, all right, so it's like XO1, right? And I'm like, sure, yep, that's what it is. That's all me right there.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I like it.
That's dope. Okay, so Instagram is where they can find you.
Instagram, yeah.
Last question for you.
Perfect.
Actually, before last question,
all right.
Thank you for coming in today.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time and just walking into some random stranger's house and
doing
a podcast.
I was stressed.
It's so like random when I'm hitting people up too, because if I don't have like a mutual friend to like connect the dot, it's like, let's just send a Hail Mary DM and just like try to keep it so professional, but like show them that I'm genuine and like want to learn more. And,
no, you're great.
So I appreciate you taking the time. And like I said, you are the first tattoo artist ever on the podcast, so that's dope. And the fact that you're 20 and you're already like jugging, you already got this like game figured out. It's pretty dope to see what you got going on, and I'm curious to see like what the next couple of years looks like. Because I'm for sure, I've only been here for 6 months, but I'm gonna be in LA for quite some time. I don't know how long, but I will for sure be here for when you're throwing the launch party of your studio, I think so.
That sounds great.
I'll bring the champagne.
I'll definitely invite you. You'll be VIP for sure. VIP pass.
I absolutely love it. So last question for you. What 2 to 3 pieces of advice would you give to somebody that is listening and is trying to find like that passion or trying to find their purpose?
Number one, I would say definitely go for a path that's going to make you happy. And a lot of people, I think, want to go for something that's going to make everything around them happy or make society happy or whatever everybody else is doing. They want to jump on that boat. But really think about your own life and think about where you want to be in 5 to 10 years and start putting in the work now.
Yeah.
Whether that's anything, just do something that makes you happy and work on that. And another thing I think is to just believe in yourself. That's a big thing because it's going to be a lot of no's, a lot of there's going to be a lot of bad things. Maybe people are going to deny you, doors are going to get closed, not everything is going to be easy.
Yeah.
But I think that you have to believe in yourself first before other people start to believe in you.
Yeah. Believing in yourself is by far the only way I've ever gotten to where I'm at today. And obviously for you, and I'm sure every single person that's had any amount of success was that they believe in themselves. And
then the last thing would be persistence.
Yeah.
Heavy persistence. Just continuing to believe in yourself and believe in your success and believe in what you're doing and just continue to go on, even if things are not always working out as best as they can or as fast as they can. As long as you're persistent, eventually that road will lead to somewhere. There's no way that you can put yourself on a path and work as hard as you can and get nowhere. Like you will get somewhere as long as you continue to try as hard as you can.
Yeah.
And like, also, just the world will do the rest for you. Like, my mom always told me that if I was good to the world, and good to people, the world will be even better to you. Yeah. And it's so, so, so true. Yeah. It's so true, and I love that. So as long as you're a good person, you keep doing your thing, the world will pay off for that. Yeah. I completely agree. Whether it's now or in 6 months, it'll happen. Yeah. It'll come back to you. You just got to trust the process. Yeah. Give the world what you would like to receive. Exactly. Somehow, some way. Yeah. And treat people how you want to be treated. Yeah. All of it. I love it. Yeah. Alexis Xol. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping gems for the podcast listeners. Appreciate it. Thank you. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye. See ya.